Bayern are just one win away from becoming the Bundesliga champions once again. Standing in their way is another informed team, but they are Mainz. We'll take a look at that and more next. That's right, back once again with another prediction show today, particularly match number 31 over in the Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe, get your bags of little things, Bundesliga related, Blackburn Rovers related, woo, football related, we're going to know here, boys. Under Wolfsburg, that's right, folks. It is another one of those quick draw McGraw ones. We're going to get straight into it, of course, because it's just too much going on this week to get you bang up to date. But of course, I want a big shout out to you guys for continuing putting your predictions in, which we will bring you bang up to date next time around. Of course, these games are coming up to you thick and fast. So next week we'll have the whole week to get the video out. And then, of course, we'll bring you up to date with, of course, the picks that you've missed so far. I am working on them slowly but surely to get us back up to speed. But anyway, so in today's one, you will not see the prediction league. But just remember, it is coming. The winter is coming. That's right. But yeah, I do appreciate your support, you guys. Thank you very, very much. But anyway, let's get into the deep end then, shall we? Of course, take a look at where we are right now. Of course, with a review of the last scores, and then I'll kick on forward to the next round of matches. So here we go. Kick it all off with, of course, it was Köln up against RB Leipzig. That was all the way back on Tuesday, the 20th of April. Of course, 2-1 win for Köln. A surprise. Jonas Hector on the score sheet with a couple of goals there for Köln. Amadou Haddada getting on the goal score sheet for Leipzig as they surprised us all with a 2-1 win over Leipzig. In fact, I went with the 2-1 win myself, going the other way. Meanwhile, Bayern against Leverkusen ended up as a 2-0 win as well for the champions-elect. Champions already. Maxim Choupo-Moting on the score sheet with Joshua Kimmich as well. Of course, the Champions League holders are, of course, out of that competition. And, of course, they're on the way, go back in there next year. Well, I think I had a bit of a dream here. I don't know if I believe Flick will become the next German manager. And I'm thinking Mourinho, he might come in here to Bayern, you know. You just don't know. I know he's wanted to come over to Germany at some point to, of course, win a title there. So you just hold your horses. Well, the Bundesliga might be able to just about to experience the Mourinho effect. I'm just saying. Me dreaming of Mourinho as another kettle of fish. Anyway, let's kick it off forward. Of course, Bielefeld against Schalke ended up as a 1-0 win for Arminia. Bielefeld, of course, big win for them as well. Of course, they're looking like they're going to hang on in the division. Fabian close on the score sheet. Malik Thayar getting himself sent off for Schalke. Because at the moment, right now, Berlin are in the... Bielefeld are in 15th spot at the moment, 30 points on the board. So looking good right now. So 1-0 win for Bielefeld, 2-1 win for me, so not too shabby there. Frankfurt against Augsburg ended up as a 2-0 win for Frankie. Goodness gracious me. Goal scorers on the name, Martin Hintereng and Andreas Silva on score sheet. Giving them a 2-0 win. I got the one bang on the bloody nose, folks. Kicking off forward, Hertha BSC against Freiburg was postponed. We'll have to wait about... We'll do that one again in a couple of weeks' time. I mean, Hoffenheim against Mönchengladbach was the game of the day. 5 goals in that one. Unfortunately, Mönchengladbach won the receiving end of it. 2-0 up. Mönchengladbach, Alessandro Plea and Valentino Lazaro giving Gladbach the lead for Andrej Kalinic with a couple of goals, and Elias Bubu giving them Hoffenheim all the 3 points. 3-2 in the end. Meanwhile, Stuttgart against Wolfsburg. And it was a 3-1 win for Wolfsburg, as they're just not letting go of that Champions League spot, are they? Xavier Schlanger on the score sheet, cool name. Would work, of course, Yannick Gerhardt as well, with Gonzalo Castro getting a goal for Stuttgart. But yeah, no good for Stuttgart. Good season, though. Good season. Wolfsburg, they're having a fantastic season. I've called it, folks. I wanted the 2 to win myself. Dortmund, big winners as well, I believe. Who did they play? They played on Union Berlin, and they got the win. I just can't see it right now. Where are you? I can't see it. There it is. 2-0 win over Union Berlin. Marco Reus and Rafael Guerrero giving them the W. Of course, 3-1 was my pick, so not too shabby. And Werder Bremen against Mainz. Another win for Mainz in the end. 1-0 win over Werder Bremen. Goodness gracious me. They've just been absolutely tip-top form right now. Adam Zalazai, and of course they'll be taking on Bayern this coming weekend. 2-1 for me, going the other way. 1-0 for Mainz. Let's take a look at that table. It is right here, right now. Of course, Bayern lead the charge. We blow that up a little bit. Going the wrong way and blowing up the wrong screen. Let's blow that up a bit. Of course, Bayern are top of the pops with 10 points clear of Leipzig. And of course, Wolfsburg are in third, and they have got a 5-point cushion over Dortmund. Meanwhile, Frankfurt have got a 4-point cushion over Dortmund. So it's going to be very, very tight to see if Dortmund gets in. If Dortmund don't get in, you could kiss goodbye to Haaland. You could kiss goodbye to Sancho, and a couple of other players you could probably kiss goodbye, because they will want to be playing at the top of the game. And that'll be a major loss as well. But it's good to see the likes of Wolfsburg and Frankfurt competing as well. I like a bit of variety. Yeah, as we've all experienced this past week with the Super League, we like it. You don't want the same old teams every season. I know Bayern are dominant, and Leipzig have been doing so very, very, very much so the past few seasons. But Wolfsburg, Frankfurt are just prime examples of that. Again, we will not be taking a look at your picks just here right now. Of course, I'll be looking at your picks for this one, the previous one, and maybe even the previous one to that. So the last 3 shows, it'll be a bumper show next week. We'll bring you bang up to date with your picks. So we are going to get back to it. Of course, it's slowing down now as the season comes to a close, and my work, my studies has finished. So a lot of things are going to be making my time a little bit more fluid here now. So let's take a look at, of course, the next round of matches kicking on off with Augsburg up against Cologne. Currently in the win, of course, they are on the relegation dogfight, of course, but they played each other the last 6 times. 3 wins to Augsburg, nothing for Cologne, and 3 draws. Last time around in Augsburg was a 1-1 draw back in June 2020 in lockdown, of course. Philip Max on the score sheet, Anthony Modeste extra on the score sheet there for Cologne. Heading into this, though, they also played each other this season in Cologne. It was a 1-0 win for Augsburg. Cologne have actually lost the last 5 away matches in the Bundesliga. Augsburg undefeated in the last 12 matches against Cologne in all comps. Meanwhile, Augsburg have failed to score in the last 3 matches in the Bundesliga as well. They're coming into this, Augsburg, just 1 win in the past 5 games. That 1 win was against Hoffenheim. Meanwhile, Cologne come into this, just 1 win in the past 6 games as well. That 1 win was against Leipzig, and it was just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Cologne coming at just 64 for the victory. 92-10 is your Augsburg, 11-5 is your draw. Of course, Cologne all the way down, of course, 17th, but a win for them, they can move up to 16th. As for Augsburg, they're doing all right, aren't they? In 12th, they're in no man's land right now. A win for them, though, they could go up to as high as 11th. I'm going to go with Augsburg on this one, the one to win, which could put an end, a bit of a dent in Köln's Bundesliga campaign. Next up, of course, we have Schalke taking on, of course, where are you? Oh, Schalke gets Hertha Berlin, that's postponed, so we're not really going to get into that. We'll talk about that another day. Okay, Mainz then it is up against Bayern, of course, the 2 informed teams at the moment. Let's take a look at this then, shall we? Of course, played each other the last 6 out of 6 for Bayern over Mainz, including a 3-1 win last round in Mainz back in, of course, February 2020. Of course, Bayern committed to this, beating Mainz last round this season and the Allianz Arena back in, of course, January this season. 5-2 wins, 7 goal through. A lot of goals in these games, of course. The past 4 games between these two sides were 6, 12, 13, 14, 17, 19, 24 games, 24 goals in the last 4 games between these two sides. But heading into this, these two are currently the informed teams in the Bundesliga. Of course, Bayern winning 5 of the past 6. Of course, Mainz winning 4 of the past 6, and both of the other 2 games were draws. So Mainz unbeaten, looking very, very good at the moment. Bayern, though, winning their last 8 away matches against Mainz in all comps. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 11 matches against Mainz on the road. Heading into this, yes, of course, the bookies odds, we'll see. What do we see about this? Of course, Mainz are 9-1 for the victory, 92 on is your Bayern. Of course, 11-2 is the draw. Of course, Mainz all the way down to 13th. A win for them, though, they could go up to 12th. As for Bayern, they are top, and they'll be top no matter what. I'm going to give them the win, which will become champions once again after the 3-0 win over Mainz to take the 3 points. Next, of course, Wolfsburg up against Borussia. Dortmund played to the last 6. It's been 5 wins to Dortmund, nothing for Wolfsburg, and 1 draw last time around. In Wolfsburg was a 2-0 win for Dortmund back in May 2020 in lockdown again. Gerardo and Hakimi on the score sheet giving Dortmund the win. Felix Klaus got himself sent off. That's Santa's son right there. Of course, Dortmund, though, coming into this, beating Wolfsburg earlier in the campaign back in January was a 2-0 win as well. Dortmund keeping a clean sheet in the last 8 matches against Wolfsburg in all comps. That's a very, very good start right there. They also won 10 last 11 matches against Wolfsburg in all competitions as well. They're coming into this, Dortmund just 1 defeat in the past 4 games. That 1 defeat was against Manchester City in the Champions League. Meanwhile, coming into this, just 1 win in the past 3 games for Wolfsburg. That was against Stuttgart the other day, just getting back to winning ways at the right time. Of course, bookies odds on this one, Wolfsburg 2-1 for the victory. 65 is your Dortmund, 13-5 is your draw. Of course, Dortmund are in 5th, and a win for them, they could close it in on 4th. Wolfsburg are in 3rd, and a win for them, they could close it in on 2nd. Going to go with a win on Dortmund on this one, 3-2 win, goals in it as well, 5-goal thriller, but going in favour of Dortmund to make those final couple of weeks in the Bundesliga very, very interesting for that those 2 Champions League spots. It looks like it's going to be behind Leipzig and either Wolfsburg, Frankfurt or Dortmund. One of those will not make it. I've got a gut feeling it's probably going to be Frankfurt that'll slip out, but we'll see. Anyway, Freiburg taking, of course, Hoffenheim this coming weekend as well. Played to the last 6, 3 wins for Freiburg, 2 for Hoffenheim. 1 draw. Last round in Freiburg was a 1 win for Freiburg back in February 2020. However, they also played each other this season in Hoffenheim with a 3-1 win for Freiburg as well. In fact, the last 3 encounters between these 2 sides, both home and away, Freiburg picking up the wins as well. 3 out of 3. Freiburg winning. Yep. Hoffenheim have actually failed to win the last 6 away matches in the Bundesliga. Whereas Freiburg have actually scored at least 2 goals in 9 last 11 home matches as well. Coming into this, though, Hoffenheim just 1 win the past 6 games. That was against Mönchengladbach just the other day. 5-goal thriller. Meanwhile, 2 wins of the past 4 games for Freiburg, beating Augsburg, beating Schalke as well. Only conceding 1 goal. No, scrap that stat. But yeah, 2 out of 2, 2 out of 4 for Freiburg heading into this. Freiburg coming into this 31-20 for the Victory, 5-2 is your 85 is your Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim coming into this, of course, in 11th. A win for them, they can close in on 10th. As for Freiburg in 9th. A win for them, they could go up as high as 7th. Oh my goodness, they might make a late push for the Europa League or was to that effect. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw on this one, which won't really benefit anybody, as of course the season is petering out. Next, of course, Union Berlin up against Werder Bremen. Let's take a look at this one then, shall we? Played to the last 5, been 2 wins for Union, 2 wins for Werder Bremen, and 1 draw. Last time around in Berlin was a 2-1 win for Werder Bremen back in September 2019. Goals were David Klaassen with a penalty and Niklas Füllkrug as well. Sebastian Andersen getting a goal for Union Berlin with Nevan Subotic and Nuri Sarin both get themselves sent off to the respective clubs. Also, pleasure though this season in January, it was a 2-0 win for Berlin as well. Bremen though losing the last 6 matches in the Bundesliga. Berlin are undefeated in the last 14 matches at home, so they'll fancy the chances on this one. Of course though, just 1 win in the past 5 games for Union Berlin. That was against Stuttgart. It was at home. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 6 games for Werder Bremen. That was against Regensburg out in the German Cup. A look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on this? We have Union Berlin 6-5 on for the victory, 12-5 is your draw, 7-2 is your Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen are actually in 14th, and for them they can move up to 12th. Union Berlin are actually in 8th, and for them they can move up to 7th. It's tight, airtight, but I'm going to give it to Union Berlin with a 2-1 win. In the end, into the final 3 now, we go Leverkusen up against Frankfurt. Of course, it's a European love affair right here. Of course, that's on the line. Place of the last 6, 3 wins apiece, no draws last time around. In Leverkusen was a 4-1 win in the German Cup just this season for Leverkusen. However, last time they played each other in the league in Leverkusen was a 4-0 win for Leverkusen back in March 2020. Goals coming from Kai Havertz, Kerim Balabini, and Paulino with a couple of goals as well. Also, they played each other this season in Frankfurt. It was a 2-1 win for Frankie back in Jan. Leverkusen have actually scored at least 4 goals in the last 4 home matches against Frankfurt in all comps. They also won the last 6 matches against Frankfurt as well at home, and I fancy the chances to make it another one here. Frankfurt though coming to this just 1 defeat the past 6 games. That was against Mönchengladbach, a 4-0 loss. Meanwhile, Leverkusen coming into just 1 defeat the past 4 games. That was against Bayern just the other day. So 2 teams in good kind of form. It smells like a draw if I'm honest with you. 5-4 for Leverkusen, 13-5 is your draw, 90-10 is your Frankie. Frankie coming into this in 4th, and a win for them. They could go 3rd. As for Leverkusen, they are 6th, and a win for them they can close in on 5th. I've gone with a 2-2 draw. Smelt like a draw, and I called it 2-2 in the end. Leipzig up against Stuttgart then, shall we? Take a look at this one. Played to the last 5, 4 for Leipzig, nothing for Stuttgart, 1 draw. Last time around in, of course, Leipzig was a 2-0 win for Leipzig back in, of course, September 2018, pal. Willie Orban on the score sheet. Jean-Kevin Augustin as well, giving Leipzig the win back in Leipzig. Also, played to this season in Stuttgart was a 1-0 win as well for Leipzig. Heading into this, Leipzig undefeated in 26 of the last 29 home matches in the Bundesliga. Stuttgart, though, have actually lost the last 3 matches in the Bundesliga, and their season is crumbling right before them, though. Just 1 win in the past 5 games for Stuttgart. That was against Werder Bremen. Meanwhile, a bit hot and cold for Leipzig. 2 wins in the past 6 games, 2 draws and 2 defeats as well. But a bit of hopscotching kind of around there. Look at the odds on this one. I have Leipzig 5-2 on for the victory. 7-4 is your draw. 11-2 is your Stuttgart. Stuttgart are actually in 10th, and a win for them they can move up to 9th. Leipzig are 2nd, and a win for them they can keep the title race alive. And of course, they would hope for a win for Mainz, but I think they'll get the win. 3-0 win, but I think it's going to be too late in the end. And wrap it up. Be my boys, Mönchengladbach up against Bielefeld. Then shall we? Of course, take each other. Last 6 forms of Gladbach, 1 for Bielefeld, 1 draw. Last round in Gladbach in the league was all the way back in 2009. It was a 1-1 draw back in April. Goal scorers on the day: Karim Mantamor on the score sheet for Gladbach, Robert Tesche on the score sheet for, of course, Bielefeld. Also, played this season in Bielefeld was a 1-0 win for Gladbach as well. What are we looking at here? Bielefeld keeping clean sheet in the last 3 matches in the Bundesliga. Mönchengladbach have actually scored these 2 goals in the last 5 matches as well, heading into this. Just 1 defeat the past 5 for Gladbach. That was against Hoffenheim. They're taking on Bayern next week. As for the opposition, Bielefeld unbeaten the last 4, pick up 2 wins and 2 draws to boot. As for the bookies odds, 2-1 on for Gladbach, 10-3 is your draw, 5-1 is your long shots. That's what Bielefeld. Bielefeld are in 15th, but win for them they can move up to 12th. As for Gladbach, they're in 7th, and win for them they can close in on 6th. Believe in the boys, believe in the boys. Going to go with a 3-1 win for Mönchengladbach in the end to take the 3 points and of course move the chains. That's what I've got for you, boys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. I'll show you bang up to date with, of course, the nitty gritty next time around. Bang up to date with prediction leagues, where we are on the table, all that kind of stuff. But be sure to keep your predictions coming in. Check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, and of course Patreon if you want to support channel in another way. I'm down to 22, guys. We're down to 22, we're up to 25, or maybe even 26 before. So we've lost a few in the recent boonies. But if you're interested, check out that link down below. Patreon.com/Roverseas. We'll do it all again though very soon. Until then, I'm out.